Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, Bitchute channel and Facebook page, all at True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Instagram and Twitter, at The True Divine. Any like, shares, subscribes, follows, greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who's doing that thus far. I appreciate you more than you know. So I'm putting out as much free content as I can on a daily basis to help support, guide, and inspire those who want to be supported, guided, and inspired. This is where I combine the energy work that I do and the tarot work that I do to bring a narrative to help guide your day, reach your full potentials, recognizing the energies within you, around you, and within others. Take what resonates, these are general, and ditch what does not. So this is for the 27th of January 2020. So let's see, where do we start? Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So this is speaking of really harsh cycles, but there's still things that you're just not letting go of if this resonates with you. On the general scale, in the collective stage, there are many deep-seated manufactured wounds over the generations that people are finding it very difficult from whatever side or sector of the community they're from to let go of and create new. These cycles within all sectors of the community, one way or another, have been difficult, have been painful, limiting, oppressive, controlling, and manipulative. And so people who haven't been brave enough or even had the insight and teaching about inner work to let go of those wounds that reflect the manipulation of whatever cycle it might be that they've been affected by, then we're going to find today that there's a lot of people actually fighting to hold on to the victim role that they play in whatever cycle it is, depending on whether it's color of skin, on whether it's gender, on whether it is politics. We're going to see a lot of this, and people will fight to defend the very thing that has oppressed and manipulated and divided them. And we see this in narcissistic relationships. We see this in domestic abuse types of relationships where people will actually come in and fight to save the relationship that has caused them so much pain, or they will come in and fight to the defense of the person that has manipulated, oppressed, and caused much pain. This is like the Stockholm type syndrome scenario. So we're seeing this in many people within the collective today, and this makes for tense energy. One advice that I would have in personal relationships, if you're going through the narcissistic type or domestic violence type scenario where it's drawing to a close, and deep down you know it is, or it has already drawn to a close, but the other side within that ex-partnership or current partnership has still got attachments that they want to still have you as theirs, then you might see a re-emergence of this, and this might spark off some of these inner wounds that we need to look at, that we need to clear as to what allowed us to accept that kind of behavior. When you've got people in the collective not knowing that that is what is happening to them, not knowing that that is why they're feeling the way they're feeling, we're going to see people spiral. And so the best advice for the domestic violence or narcissistic type relationships, which you can then relay onto those in the collective that are spiraling today, is to go cold turkey, to not have any contact, not have even a wedge in the door open, to allow re-entrance of that. Because when we actually pay attention and play along with people spiraling in this situation, in the Ten of Swords reverse, we actually create, we actually feed the energy. We feed the ego of whatever it is that is attached to whatever spiral it is. We feed that ego, and so we actually make them either spiral more by then attacking the person that's trying to help them, or we see them spiral more into victimhood and feeling helpless. So today would be the best advice to starve the energy of oxygen, starve the fire of oxygen, in order to keep things at bay, keep things at a certain level regarding energies and how they're getting thrown about, because it could be intense for sure. A lot of that from the collective stage is going to come from announcements from so-called governments and so-called leaders that are going to spark great, not debates, but great clashes within the communities. We're going to see that in the UK, and we're going to see that in the US for sure. Germany keeps coming up for some reason. Italy too, in my mind's eye in particular. And so keep an eye out for those. Leave a comment as to how that could relate. If you see anything, if you spot anything or hear anything, I appreciate the knowledge, and it helps for the confirmation for others too. And it's very important that we use comments and chat rooms to keep dialogue open between people. Never mind keeping dialogue open between governments, because they're shutting down that in the way that we can meet now, in the way that we can have that togetherness, in the way that we can share common knowledge. Be aware that today they're going to really start censoring even more than they already have country to country information and news. You're going to find that you know somebody who lives, far away from you, and they are giving you a headline either that is regarding your country that you'd not even heard of, or vice versa, or they are not going to have even heard anything regarding the headlines that you could tell them about your country, or vice versa. Things like that are going to crop up even more today between people, and that's very important that we keep open the dialogue wherever we can, whenever we can. So, using my comments box, comment away as to what you see, how it relates to the energy tarot reading, but also just in general, feel free to keep that dialogue open. Even if one of you or two of you or three of you or more just want to do a bullet point of what is happening in your area, I'd appreciate that, and others can too. It keeps that dialogue open, and we have to get a bit sneaky. We have to go around the problem wherever we can regarding dialogue, open dialogue, non-triggered dialogue, honest dialogue, away from the mainstream, away from people being able to just find out their information, because we've always known how corrupt, and that it's basically an announcement platform for their low frequency magic, as far as I'm concerned. They announce their numbers and their codes and their words, through these mainstream media platforms out to the masses, so it's literally like what's one of those things? My words, when I forget things. The things that you hold up and your voice is so much louder than it would be if you hold it down. Katanoi, something like that, but that's how they're doing it. They are putting out their low frequency magic. The presenters probably haven't got a clue what they're doing. They're just paid actors, and they are told what to say. Why? Because it is accurate spell work. It is accurate numbers and codes within the letters that are reaching the masses subconsciously, and we're getting this. So feel free to use my comments box to just even say things that aren't related even to the video of the day, as to what you've witnessed going on in your area, in your country. I think it's the more ways we can get around the problem of censorship, the better. So on the bottom of the other deck, what do we have? The Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, again, what I've just been talking about, being able to be in flow, being mutable, the fire that can go around the problems, that sees the journey sometimes in more importance than the actual destination, not being fixed when things and obstacles come in your way, to be able to find alleyways and corners and mountains to either go over, around, or under. It's a determined energy, and it's an excited energy, excited for the experience, excited for the challenge, and very much the people person's energy. So I think this mixed with this today, in that your energy must not and should not be lowered to meet the needs of people carrying the Ten of Swords in reverse energy. In fact, you need to do the absolute opposite. You need to be of fire, of light, of excitement, of love, of, exhilaration, and showing an example by you actually finding a way, no matter what the obstacle is today, to enjoy your life. To be an example of, you don't care what the hell is going on, what magic is being put out by these governments and those shadows that puppet them away, but you are going to nevertheless have fun, nevertheless be focused on your journey and your destination, nevertheless be grateful that you are here right now, experiencing what you're experiencing, hopefully around people who love and adore you. And if not, you can always come here and find that love and adoration for who you are. So at the start of the reading, you've got the whole world in your hands. We've got the world card, which is amazing. We are seeing timelines molding and melting into each other. And I never, ever felt that they were ever separate, as people sort of would say. I've always felt that they bumped into each other, and there was jump ins and jump outs here and there. But there's something very intense about how they're mixing and molding, melding together right now. And again, this is where we can't rule anything out, and we certainly cannot rule out our own individual potential for the world that we can create, our own little world, how we enjoy our life, what we get achieved in our life, whatever the obstacles, that we can enjoy the journey and find love and happiness and bliss within that. And this is what we need to realize, because the more people that realize this, the less this is going to work on us any longer. And this is where I've been talking all last year and this year about the separation, about the fact that there are going to be a lot of people that just don't make it. And that is all about frequency. Where are they with their frequency? Where are they with the decisions that they made within their frequency? What actions did they take following their thoughts? How did they think about themselves? How did they relate to others? All of those things relate to choosing your lane. And a lot of us chose our lane a long time ago, but for definite in 2019. And so there is this separate timeline that is already going, a timeline within one timeline, as in these people who are stuck in this spell work and having a completely different fear-filled reality to the rest of us. And then there are people who are the Page of Wands, finding the way, living the experience, going forward with enthusiasm and drive, a passion. And so this is where you create your own world through your own frequency. So keep your frequency high today. Yes, there might be some things that very deliberately are to lower your frequency, very deliberately are to influence how you feel about yourself and how you feel about how powerful you are and what you can achieve in your own right, within your own frequency, within your own life. Yes, be observant of them, but be discerning enough to not hold on to them, to not absorb them, to not make them a part of you when they are not a part of you. Indeed, they are mixed together, the ingredients of to really try and make it a part of you and infiltrate that subconscious mind. But you can have the power to say today, no, I'm going to read this headline with the intent of it does not absorb into my spirit, into my subconscious, not one single bit. I'm going to read this headline to be observant of, if you must read the headlines, to be observant of, and you can apply this to anything. People, I'm going to listen to what you say, to be observant, but I'm going to be discerning enough that before I even start listening to you, I put out the intent that I don't absorb your words. They are not my own. I don't absorb your intent. It's not my own. I don't absorb your energy or frequency. It's not my own. So this is where you take dominion and sovereignty over your world and create your world as you see fit, as you want to do it. It isn't the time to continue to sit back and wait for something big to happen. There are going to be big things happening, but they're not particularly big things that we want to allow to happen anyway. So you doing your own thing today, doing everything you can, no matter how tired you are, no matter how worn out you are, no matter how frightened you have been, to find that drive, to be this page of wands, to realize that this is an experience and you're going to experience the hell out of it regardless. So you go forward and you create your world today and have enough passion and drive and force in your intent that nothing can stop you from doing that, that you're going to get things done on your behalf, for you, for those that you love around you, and you're going to be focused with intent regarding that. You've got the Knight of Wands to clarify the world. So basically, I don't need to say too much more other than this is the people's man energy, you know, a very, very masculine energy, very driven, you know, very focused on fulfilling dreams, very successful energy, and gets the job done, gets the message sent. You might find that you're getting messages from people who have the energy imprint of this forceful but kind, compassionate, authoritarian, but not authoritarian over others, just authority over themselves, and that exudes out from them, coming into your sphere today with a message. I would say, I'll clarify it further, but I would say from the energy that I get from this, whatever that message is, it's of good intent. And actually, it could be for some of you a good opportunity to help you create your world as you would want it to be. And so leave a comment regarding that, because I'd be super interested for whoever I'm picking up on with that. Definitely could be a job offer or something that helps you along the way to build that sustainability in your physical sphere, which is awesome and exactly what anybody would want to be seeing for anybody today. Because you're just living that other timeline already. You this is going on, and you're not even in the energy of it, which is great. So yeah, big decision regarding this, a decision to be made. I would say take the decision if this resonates with you, because we've got the Six of Wands to clarify the Lover's card. The Lover's card is the number 6 major arcana. 12, 3, if you go into the 3 of Pentacles, it's teamwork. So that is awesome. So whoever you are, or whichever ones of you it is, because a lot of us are doing the same thing in different ways on the same days, whatever this opportunity is, whatever this deal is, let me know. If you don't want to put it in the public comments, you can email me, because I would be super excited to see this, because the Six of Wands is victory. It's a breakthrough. So you can ride the wave of a decision that you were brave enough to take, that was offered to you, that came into your sphere, that again goes forward in your focus to create the world that you want in your own life. Nice. I'm glad I clarified that. The Six of I can't ignore this either, to say that the six, the major arcana, the Lovers card, of course, it depicts the deeper meaning, the esoteric meaning of the divine feminine and divine masculine within. The six here being a balanced number too. So you're creating this decision from you doing your inner work and being able to make decisions for yourself that even affect others, like your family, from a balanced place. This is why victory comes in, because this is key. You start from within to affect the without on the outside. This is the way the equation just works. It just does. And so you've done awesome to do that. But we also can't ignore that the Lovers card could mean, especially with this six, this victory number, and this fiery, a lot of people blue-eyed, Knight of Wands, that is very funny, very compassionate, and very much the people's person. It could be that for some of you, there's a decision to be made regarding taking a relationship further, or there is a message to even say to open up the opportunity of a relationship. If this resonates with you and this message comes in for you today, take this as confirmation that this is a beautiful thing and this will be a beautiful experience for you to have. And don't go into it with fear, because you've had past wounds, past traumas from old relationships. You've done enough inner work that you can trust yourself, that even if you just have fun for a few weeks, which I'm not predicting anything at this point, this is just Jenny speaking now, even if you just have fun for a few weeks or a few years, that you are brave enough to know that no matter how it ends, if it ends, you can go back to your balanced place, and that indeed you can stay in your balanced place within the relationship. And for this ones of you that I'm picking up on, this is what went wrong in past relationships, that there was imbalance there. So the fear of getting hurt actually created the opportunity to get even more hurt. The fear of that, but you've taken time out. For the people who I'm picking on, you've taken time out to get whole, to investigate your divinities within, to do that inner work and let go of those wounds. So even if it's a short-lived thing, this is going to be beautiful for you, and it's going to add that feather to your cap regarding this beautiful experience that we call life. For some of you, this could be the lasting relationships that you want, the wholeness, the connection, the soul to soul connection. In which case, again, congratulations. This is a beautiful thing, and it's lovely that I can be a part of it, to announce this message coming through, something that initiates something bigger. It's nice. It's nice. I don't do too much in the daily readings, about love, because they're very specific readings, but this is powerful and this is nice, and we can't ignore it. After all, love is all. And if we can find love within this experience, then kudos to us, because I believe that that is the whole point. So we've got the Star card as the next card, and this is about healing, hope, renewal, and revival. So as far as the relationship thing I was just talking about, going into a relationship again from after doing your inner work for long enough that you're in a balanced place, creates real healing and real hope for your future, and renewal and revival for your future. As far as the collective, it may seem like all is lost and society is a mess, and who's going to argue with that? But I would argue with the fact that all is lost, because all is never lost. And I would argue that it never will be. In whatever shape, form, life will be. Life will take place somehow, some way. So while we're looking out at the collective stage, and it could look like a big hot mess, and we could be shaking our heads and feeling forlorn, not knowing what to do with ourselves, know this, that there are so many manufactured wounds over so many generations of oppression and control. We weren't going to just get out of it, just snap our fingers, or have a magic savior come in on a white horse to save the day. It's going to take a lot of rumbling. It's going to take a lot of grumbling. And these people that you're witnessing that are avoiding doing the inner work, that is their bag. That's what they are doing. But the universal energy is love, and the love can come in many different shapes, sizes, and forms. And sometimes people need to shake themselves up in their pain to learn to let go of old wounds. And this star card, gives the promise of that there is the opportunity of healing. There is the opportunity of revival and renewal. There is the opportunity to create that connection with self again. Now, I'm not going to be all love and light and nothing else. I'm always going to be honest. I've always said there are going to be people lost to the systems, lost to the generations of systems, lost to the wounds that they created, and lost to themselves. It's just how I see it. And that's going to feel even more impactful because of the amount of non-player characters or empty vessels that I talked about in my last video. It's good, the numbers are going to look a lot bigger, but I don't feel, and this might be out there, and apologies but not apologies, for anybody it triggers. I think I don't think we would be mourning all people who are actually attached to a spirit or a soul. I think there are those that walk amongst us already that are vessels. And yes, we are all vessels to a certain extent, but we are connected to other aspects of self. There's a way of allowing human bodies to come into this sphere without any attachments, I feel. And I feel that they've been doing this. So that's just, I don't know where that came from, but it needs to be put out there. So it's put out there. So in the context of the star card, we have the Ace of Cups. I didn't even know I pulled that card out. I didn't see it properly. So the Ace of Cups, to clarify the star card, on the other end of the spectrum is that this shake-up is creating such healing and creating such renewal and revival. This is renewal as well, bliss, revival. The cup is full, and the cup is you. You are your universe. You are your own cosmos. You are your own journey. The exploration of you involves bliss. It involves pain. It involves us going over what we would deem as past mistakes. It would involve us going over what we would deem of past losses. It involves us going over what we deem as our blissful moments. It is all about the experience, and you are the experience. Each and every one of us is connected in, hopefully with this promise, unity. We're all connected, but at the same time, there's that individual journey and that individual universe within each and every one of us. So this is the Holy Grail. This is everything that you are. It wasn't upside down. Everything that you are and everything that you can be, everything that you will be. But its healing is so powerful that it fills your cup up. There is new beginnings. Now for the relationship side of things that I mentioned, and it makes me smile because I don't mention it too often, but for these two cards, the Lovers and the Six of Wands, and the World card and the Knight of, that Knight of Fire, I mean, come on, brings it, kind of thing. And then this divine feminine energy of the healing, hope, renewal, revival. And then this Ace of Cups, this is new beginnings, absolutely, in the emotional sphere. Blissful new beginnings, happy new beginnings. And again, I want to go back to the fact that those who resonate with this on this level, it is only because you've listened to yourself, listened to maybe others, hopefully me sometimes, to say that it's the inner work is everything. Everything. Your inner cosmos is everything. We are like projectors. The movie is going on inside all of the time, and we just project the images through our eyes, so to speak. When we get that inner light with this star card and this Ace of Cups, we project the images and the characters in the reality. That's how I see it anyway. Like I'm a mini projector inside, and I project out. The inner work is all there is. Everything else is just images and projections. And so, with that being said, you only get this kind of result, this kind of healing, this kind of renewal when you've done the inner work and you are able to project out a beautiful scenario for yourself. As far as those who aren't in relationship as well, I'm single and I'm happy to be single. I made a decision a long time ago that I would only enter into a relationship with somebody that I knew and I felt like I'd known before, and that talked to Whiskey Six on a program about it, but about being able to see myself in the abyss of someone else and vice versa through the eyes. And that is the decision I made. So if you're in my position and you've continuously been doing this inner work, particularly if you're a Gemini, this is a Gemini card or a fire sign, or a water sign, I suppose, with the Ace of Cups and the Star card. So if you are in this position, it is only because you are finding relationship with self even more, and there's victory in that also, and there's a firing up of that also. A lot of you have been considering the next level. I can take you through the next level with spiritual coaching, with I'm setting up a Patreon with the meditation classes and a lot more. I'm just getting that all set up. But to have that spiritual coaching prior to Kundalini experience, because this is a leveling up of that. But you for sure are on the journey of being ready for the next level of being able to self-source passion, self-source drive, self-source an excitement about exploring self, having that relationship within this master in the divine masculine, this fire, exploring the watery intuitive side of the divine feminine, the goddess. So we have the master and the goddess, and it is beautiful. So even if this isn't within relationship with anybody else, if it is with self and that resonates with you more, then good on you, well done, because it even this is just an excitement in itself, because there's just another level of self. And again, that same message would go for you also, that there's something that fires you up, something that helps you realize the work that you've done and gives you this victory card in the Six of Wands and allows you to complete a cycle and bring in a whole new cycle, a world that you have created, a world that you dance in, and that you just feel and touch and experience. This feels lovely. This feels awesome, this energy today, I've got to say. And it's lovely reprieve reading it, and feeling it. It feels really nice. So another 6. So we've got 3 6s, 6, 6, 6, go figure. Oh, I'm so bad. No, I'm not. So number 6, 6 of Pentacles. This is where there's generosity, there is charity, there is an abundance in reciprocity between one or another or more. This is where groups get together and work together and are giving of each other. This is the Bosto of Professor Wayne Steiger, be of service to others. My beautiful sister Sally, who always says it in the comments to me, be of service to others. And that is not to be a servant to others. That is to be giving to the right people, giving to the right sources, being generous to the right sources. Again, Sally, thank you, sister, because she, like Big Bro, just donated for no reason the other day other than to say, enjoy this, I love you. And it blows me away. I'm getting better at accepting those things, but no notice, no, I'm going to just bang, it's there, and a message to say it's there. And so thank you, my sister. I still have to work on accepting it graciously without feeling bad for accepting it. And this is the Six of Pentacles. This is part of my growth and part of some of your growth too, of being able to accept things that you've brought in that you deserve, and allowing others the gift to experience the giving, to be able to feel the intent and the gratitude of whoever they've given to. The same scenario, you know, Sally, there was a candle lit, there was intent for her to have health, for her to have abundance and bliss, for her to have smiles that day, to be creative and in flow. There's a flow of exchange here, which is beautiful. And it's coming from within, regardless of the scenario of whether you are entering into a relationship outside of yourself. This is more about the deep stirring of exchange between the divine feminine and the divine masculine within, being in harmony, just constantly swaying and exchanging and mixing up the energies perfectly to project the world that you want to see for yourself. And the characters are coming in, the people who want to be in that connection, the people who want to be in those true, loyal friendships, true, loyal, I don't know what you would call them, loverships, ships everywhere, docking together, exchanging goods, exchanging things that help each other sustain. So this comes in also as, for a lot of you, tell me if you get a windfall. Tell me, you know, if you get a little surprise monetary value coming in today, because for a lot of you, this is speaking of that. Because of what you're stirring within, the balance that you're creating within, you know, you're exchanging this and you're seeing this on the outside in your life, in your physical sphere. So yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. What clarified that card? Have I put it down? Okay, so we'll clarify that card now. I don't know where it's gone. Don't know where it is gone. Yep, no, it's gone. I have to find that. And there's Theodore. Theodore's sneaked in here before. I'm so happy today. It's such an awesome reading. Oh, there it is. Oh no, it's not. That's the other one. Oh yes, it is. No, I'd already done it, so clarified it twice now. Never mind. So the original one here was the Knight of Coins, to clarify the Six of Coins. I mean, could you get any more obvious to say that whatever you've been doing within is paying off in your external today? This Knight of Coins is focused on the coin. So this is where, be aware of just that you've brought this in by not being too fixed on the material, by putting more importance on the inner journey, and by effect, you have brought in the outside effect of it affecting your life in all good ways, the emotional sphere, the fire sphere, the earth sphere, the pentacles, the money, the job, the home, the offers, the car, all of those things that help sustain you, the nature, even seeds growing really, really well, and your garden just blooming, all of these things that help you sustain. You know, some of you are getting fruit much later than you expected to still be getting fruit. And that is awesome. That is abundance. That is the Pentacles. And so be careful with the Knight of Pentacles that you don't get this windfall, this gratitude, this payback, this generosity, and you sink in and you forget how you got there. You forget how you manifested this, that you forget that you manifested this from within into your without. Always keep in mind that. But apart from that, this Knight of Pentacles is like the Knight of Fire, focused on the pentacle, focused on what it can do. So A lot of you would be getting a message regarding this of being able to work together with others to create abundance, not just for yourself, but for the community that you live in. And this is exactly how we need to be thinking, to detach from the teat of government and start to think outside the box. This is where they have even less control of us, which again makes me smile, because you all know who know me that I'm all about that action. So this is super. Expect a message to say, there you go. Just wanted to do this for you. There you go. Remember, you manifested that from within, being in a balanced place, connecting with your divine feminine and your divine masculine, being able to be honest enough with self in the star card to do that inner journey and to create that healing and that renewal and that revival. And with that world card, projecting out into your world what you wanted to see. And damn, if this resonates with you, you projected out a perfect day. So let me know about that perfect day, please, because it's making me feel real good to know that the people that I adore are experiencing this. And I love being a part of that. I really do. It feeds me, it lifts me up to know that you guys are doing well. And it feeds me a little bit more when I know you guys are doing well against the grain with that 10 of swords in reverse, when everything within the powers that be sphere is trying to have you not do well. You're doing well, which makes me say, yeah, okay, day's done. So to clarify that again, we have got the, what have we got? The 7 of coins, number 7. So whatever is coming in today with this 6 of Pentacles, regarding this generosity, this reciprocity via this Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles, we've gone from the 6 to the 7. So whatever you are creating, whatever people you're connecting with today, makes it grow. You make it grow. You come up with ideas of how to work together, how to make this pentacle, these 6 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles. It takes hard work and diligence, but to be quite frank, this doesn't even feel like hard work because you're loving it. This is what you wanted to be doing. And if you didn't know you wanted to be doing, it still has the same energy imprint of the direction that you wanted to go in, even if it might have thrown up a surprise as how you got there. Remember, it was all from within, to not stay focused on anything on the external, but always return to the within, find out how it relates to the within, go back in there, and you're going to keep manifesting this growth, this expansion, this abundance, this sovereignty, and this divinity. Nice. More days like that, please. That's awesome. Death on the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to mention, I love this death card. So number 13, Major Arcana, and you can see the dragon is just a skeleton. And you can see that there's the timer there and the egg there. So the whole cycle of creation, birth, the timer is on the death. And that's just a timer on any experience. We die, and we are born into and die each day. Every experience that we go into, we die. We're reborn and we die on multiple levels every day. You know, we move into new experiences and die to those old experiences. We release ourselves from addictions and we die to the old addicted body, and we renew ourselves into being born again in newness, in that star card, in renewal and revival. And so that star card with that card is super powerful. So we don't stay fixed on anything, to be in flow with life and death and that is depicted not just in death, you know, like, oh yeah, flatline, the dead. This is more about the cycle and dying and being reborn to many different things each and every day, and being okay with that. I like it. Again, number 13, Major Arcana, that would be 1 + 3, 4, 4 firm foundations. Before we had 3 when we combined the first cards with the Lovers card. So I like it, and I like it a lot. Let me know. Please leave a comment. I want to know exactly just how good this day feels to you. So I'm really happy about that. If you'd like a personal reading with me, any energy work or any spiritual guidance, you can hook up with me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can send me a personal message on my Facebook business page at True Divine 44. I appreciate and adore you all, and I adore the fact that you are winners in everything that you do. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Speak to you soon.